and welcome to 9 Inch Charge, a Warhammer Age of Sigmar and Warhammer Old World discussion channel. Today we're going to continue our series on the Kurnothi in Age of Sigmar, talking about Qulathis the Exile. We're going to review her Warscroll and see what she plays like in the game. As ever, if you enjoyed this video, please like it, and if you want to see more content like this in the future, please subscribe. Qulathis the Exile was released with Warhammer Quest Cursed City and is the first standalone hero that we've seen for the Kurnothi. Her Warscroll has now come out for Age of Sigmar, so let's have a look at it and let's see how she plays. Qulathis has the keywords Order, Sylvaneth, Engala Wield, Hero, and Qulathis the Exile. Just note there that she doesn't have the Kurnothi keyword, which is just an interesting aside because it kind of tells us that Kurnothi won't be a full release on their own, that they are totally tied to the Sylvaneth. She has a move of 6 inches, 5 wounds, a 5+ save, and a bravery of 7. She comes in at 100 points. Qulathis the Exile is a named character that is a single model. She is armed with Winter's Call and an Elven Blade. So let's have a look at these attacks. Her bow, Winter's Call, has a 24-inch range, 3 attacks, hits on 3s, wounds on 3s, has a rend characteristic of 1, and a damage of 1. I have to say that I really like this 24-inch range. Looking at other similar units with bows, for example the Sisters of the Watch, their bow is only an 18-inch range, so this 24-inch range is really much better than that, significantly so, and with a 6-inch move this gives her a threat range with her bow of 30 inches. Her melee weapon, the Elven Blade, has a 1-inch range, 3 attacks again, 4s to hit, 4s to wound, no rend, and 1 damage. So she is definitely more effective at range than in melee. Let's have a look at her abilities. Strike Unseen. Like all Kurnothi, Qulathis is deft at hunting from unseen vantage points. The cover modifier adds 2 to save rolls for attacks with missile weapons that target this model instead of 1. Really nice in the current meta, lots of shooting going around as we all know, so an extra 2 to the save buffs her from a 5 up to a 3 up, which makes her, in cover, as difficult to wound as a free guild general mounted on a griffin. So on a terrain piece, she's going to be pretty secure. Oaken Arrows. Fashioned from a splinter of the Oak of Ages Past, the arrows Qulathis uses strike with deadly precision. If the unmodified hit roll for an attack made with Winter's Call is 6, that attack inflicts 1 mortal wound on the target in addition to any other damage. I'm pleased this is on a hit roll rather than a wound roll, makes it more effective, makes it more likely. You've got a 50-50 chance of doing this, causing a mortal wound on someone. Good to note that this is in addition to any damage rather than instead of. So your chances are you'll do your wounds and 50-50 chance you'll also do a mortal wound. I like to think of this ability as giving Winter's Call Arcane Bolt with a 50-50 success rate. Lastly, she is a guardian of the Engala Wield. Qulathis hails from the Engala Wield, which was ravaged by the vampire Radukar. Engala Wield is a Glade keyword. This means this model cannot gain another Glade keyword if it is included in the Sylvaneth army. See the Glade's battle trait in the battle tome Sylvaneth. This rule is both interesting and a shame. It's a shame that she can't gain any of the Glade keywords from the Sylvaneth battle tome, but what's really interesting about this is that it's a brand new Glade that we haven't seen before, so potentially in the future are we going to see this expanded? Maybe it's a teaser for the future and then you will actually be able to use this in Engala Wield, because it says she cannot gain another Glade keyword, so she can continue to use this one, but we'll just wait and see. So that's everything on her Warscroll covered. What do we think? She's definitely designed to be on the sidelines, hidden in a piece of terrain, just pinging off a few wounds here and there from targets that need to be dealt with. Personally, I think 100 points is a bit steep. I think if she had a command ability that enabled her to buff units from the sidelines, that would really be beneficial to this Warscroll, because at the moment it is lacking. Looking over this Warscroll, it's really reminiscent to me of the old Waywatcher Warscroll. I think that she's the natural successor to the Waywatcher. in the way that the story and everything in Age of Sigmar is developing. I'll put a link to the Weight Watcher Warscroll in the description below. It's just worth having a look. Her pose is really reminiscent of that model, and the Warscroll is really reminiscent of the way that model used to work. It also had negative modifiers when attacking this unit in the shooting phase. The Waystalker bow is almost near identical to Winter's Call. Well, anyway, Qulathis is on my painting desk. I am going to use her in some games, mainly because I just want to use all of the Kurnothi in one army. Please leave a comment and let me know what your thoughts on her Warscroll are, if you'll be using her or taking her in a Sylvaneth army or a Living Cities army. That's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next time, and as ever, I hope all your charge rolls are at least a 9.